Hello, welcome to my AWD C# final project. My name is Leon Honeycutt, and this is my small-scale version of the Bookstore POS, upgraded with features requested by the employees, made by me, a fellow employee. As for the main things, there are these three buttons in the top left: the logout, which will close the program; add a new item, which will create a new item; and remove, which will remove one. A search feature, which you need to add in the item's name; descending price order, which will order from left to right, least expensive to most expensive; and the ability to access the accounts when accounts are invalid and balanced. So here are the 5 categories, which will be memorabilia, office supplies, tools, kits, books. As you can see, this is how they are. This is how they are currently ordered. And keep that in mind for when you click this button. It will toggle, you can see it. It will now order it by least expensive to most expensive, like I said earlier. As for search, if you search for a specific item like hoodie, it will pop up hoodie. As for the up, down, and quantity buttons, as you click them, it will select a different different item. And if you were to put quantity, it will times that by 2 and update the subtotal. For example, hoodie, you can then make it 50 because you bought 2 hoodies. For let's not do that. For the add new item, it will pop up this menu. You'll need to add the item name, the type, the price. You do not need a barcode, but you can add one. The quantity, and you'll need to know the category it goes in. It is not case sensitive. It will work. And when I click office supplies, it will be a pen, pen, pen. As for removing, you need to know the specific item's name, not the type. You'll need to know the category it will be in, so the ID, that will be 18, and you'll also need to know the category, which is also not case sensitive. It will be a success, and there will be no longer a pen. As for the student accounts, you will need to put in the student's account user. If it does not have enough of balance, it will tell you, hey, this person does not have enough balance, you want to update it, you can update it. You can then charge the same account, but I did not put enough money in it, so it will do the exact same thing. But that is fine, because it allows you to press now. As for a showcase of a successful purchase, let me update their account to have enough money. A successful purchase will just immediately go through and there will not be a hitch at all. As for a department, it is very, very similar, but the main difference is, if it works, it goes smooth. The main difference is the image used and the names. So it says the current balance is 9,500 for sure it's faculty. If you'd like to update it, if you like this, it'll have a rank and logo, and then you can update its price. That's still not enough, and that's perfect because I can show you that the no button works. It will also close. And then you can avoid any transaction. Every button in the program works and does something different, no matter what. And when you're done working, you can click the logout button and it will close the program. As for my presentation, I called it the Bookstore Remodel because there's no real need to give it a new name, because all I'm doing is giving it a facelift. As for the purpose, I felt that the POS was to try and bring the bookstore make it more modern, but it failed in very key areas, which those areas being the search feature, sorting feature, and the ability to modify accounts on the go instead of needing to go to a computer or outside program to do it. As for where it came from, it was just discomfort as I worked and discomfort from my coworkers that pushed me to do this as a final project. this will be where you guys go. And for the order page, it will have everything I described earlier, which will allow you to select items, search items, sort items, add items by using a certain account, avoid transactions, change the quantity of items purchased, and log out. This will be how it looks at after you click a category. This is how it looks on first load. It does not show anything until you click a category. As for the account buying pages, you've seen these earlier. The first one is when you click either one of the two buttons, either the in-house or bookstore. And the second one happens if that account does not have the balance. If that account is a student account, it will showcase a student image. If it's a department, it will showcase a ranking image. As for the add new item and remove new item, when you click the button, it will showcase this menu, which will need the name for the item, the type of the item, the price, the barcode, quantity, the category to be added. It does not need a barcode, but if you want to put one in, it can. And as for delete an item, you need the item's name, not the type. You need the item's ID, and you need the item's category. And then you can delete something. As for searching, you just need to know the item's name. And as for sorting, default, it sorts alphabetically as my chosen way of sorting. And as for the secondary way of sorting, you can sort by descending price, which puts it least expensive to most expensive. My UML, I use two interfaces to create 7 classes. The first interface, which is the bookstore items, or item, allowed me to create 5 classes from it, which was office supplies, kits, tools, memorabilia, and books. As for the account information, that was where I made my in-house accounts and student accounts. For 2 classes I made on the side would be transaction and employee accounts. Employee accounts will be a future feature that I wanted to add, which would allow each employee to have their own code to put into the system, which will allow them access or deny them access to certain key features like adding and deleting items or updating people's accounts. As for transaction history, that will be the same thing. It will be a future feature that will allow you to look at at an in-house or a specific student receipt and bring up their entire receipt and see what items I purchased and at how much and on what day. As for the rank and book context, that was how I created the database. And with that brings me to the end of this video. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed my program.